Cuellar Sports here with new WBO featherweight champion Oscar Valdez. Tell me, man, how does it feel to be called the new champion right now?
It feels great. It's the best feeling ever. Right now, to be honest, it's a dream come true. Everything that's happening right now. Getting a chance to defend my belt, it means everything to me. I worked so hard to get it, and I don't plan on leaving it anytime soon.
You're fighting Japanese contender Osawa on the Manny Pacquiao versus Jesse Vargas undercard. Tell us a little bit about your opponent. What do you know about him?
One thing I always know about Japanese fighters is they got one thing in common. They're great fighters and they're warriors inside the ring. Mexico and Japan always have a certain rivalry. But I've seen a couple of his fights before. He's the type of fighter that likes to come forward. I think he's way much taller than me, so he tries to use his reach. But we got good sparring right now. I got a perfect team. Manuel Robles, Edgar Russel, my trainers. We do a great job in the gym. So you win fights in the gym. We're working very hard for this fight, and we're gonna give it our best this November 5th.
What's it like your first title defense as opposed to kind of fighting for the title? A lot of people say it's harder to stay champion than it is to become champion. How do you feel about that?
I got to be there right now to say that, but I hope my mentality is the same. It's gonna be hard. Every fight is gonna get harder and harder. I try to stay with that mentality. Not to take no fight lightly at all. And that's the way we work in the gym. We work hard, knowing that this guy wants to take my belt. He has that dream that I had, getting that belt, and I don't want to leave it. So I'm gonna work hard and, if it's possible, take his head off so I can keep my belt.
Featherweight's like a murderer's row, man. Obviously, with you included, but Francisco Vargas, Orlando Salido, Lomachenko's at 130, but obviously he can come back down. But Santa Cruz, Frampton, Valdez, Cuellar, all these guys. When do you think we'll see you maybe headlining a pay-per-view yourself, or just headlining an HBO date with maybe one of these guys?
Well, I would love to fight with those guys. I get this question all the time about going up to 130. It's like 130 pounds. I say there's no need for me to go to 130. First of all, I don't have problems making weight. And second, I feel like if I were to go to 130, I'll be leaving a lot of good fights. It feels like I would be known as I was ducking these type of fighters, and I'm really not. I want to be considered as a fighter that doesn't care who he fights. I would like to fight guys like Valdez, Santa Cruz, Russel, Frampton. I got nothing personal against none of those fighters. I just want to be known as the best. So for me to fight them, hopefully they can make an arrangement with promoters. That's the main thing about boxing these days. But for me, I would love to fight with these guys because they always say, fight the best. To be the best, you got to fight the best. And those are the best right now. I want to be considered the best.
How frustrating is it for you? You just mentioned kind of like the issue with promoters and that sometimes being why fights don't get made. How frustrating is it for you? You seem like obviously you're a young guy, but you seem like a guy who's like, give me the best names. Whoever's the best is, I want to fight the best. How frustrating is it for you that because of these promotional aspects that these fights aren't being able to be made?
Well, that's something that is not on our hands. I think if us boxers had the chance, we would choose good fights, but for some reason that's not the way it is. So we do our job. I do my job in the gym. I work hard and I try to fight. I fight with whoever, and my job is to work hard. My promoter's job is to promote the fight. My manager's to manage my career. So we all do our jobs, but hopefully we can make good fights happen.
You're fighting on the undercard of Pacquiao versus Vargas. Tell us about that main event. How do you see that fight going?
It's a good fight. Jesse Vargas has proved to the world that he's up there with the big guys. I still think Pacquiao. I think he's still Pacquiao. So we saw it, his last fight with Bradley. Bradley's to me is one of the best. And he came victorious against Bradley. So that still means that Pacquiao is still Pacquiao. He's a tough fighter. So I'm basing on his Pacquiao last performance. I think he will slightly come victorious that night.
There's been a lot of talk from Aram that Pacquiao could be fighting Canelo at some point. What do you think about those rumors?
I think Canelo's just a big fighter. Pacquiao, I think he should just stay at 140, or just retire like a champion. That would be great. But I don't know. I wouldn't picture that fight happening just because of the size and the weight class divisions.
And last question, man. Just want to get your take on a big fight on the horizon. Obviously, everyone's talking about it, or if it ever happens, Canelo versus Triple G, man. How do you see that fight, and why is it, do you think, that those guys haven't been able to come together yet?
Well, like I say, promoters. I think Golden Boy is taking care of Canelo. But to be honest, I think Canelo's a great fighter. I think he's a great fighter. I think he should deserve a lot more credit than what he really gets. I think it will be a good fight. And people say that Golovkin will win the fight easy. I don't see it that way. I actually think Canelo has a chance. And I think he's a 50-50 for me, in my opinion. I know a lot of people are not going to be with me on that one, but that's just the way I think it is. I consider Canelo as a good fighter. And I really think he's not scared of fighting Golovkin. I think it's just promoters that are taking care of him.
Do you have that same opinion when before or after Triple G fought Kell Brook and kind of looked a little vulnerable?
I've always said this. And when it's me seeing that, I look at my friends and I go, does it make sense? And a lot of friends agree with me after that.
How's Steve Valdez, your alligator, doing?
He's doing good. He's getting bigger and bigger every time.
Hey, Oscar, thanks a lot for the time, man. Always appreciate it. Best of luck, man. Appreciate it.